Okay, next we will look at question 10 and 11, which is the step that's a lowest rate constant. Now, the lowest rate constant should be the slowest step in a way, right? That's why it was slow. So based on the equation, fast, slow, fast. So we choose the one that matches the slow step. We call the slow step rate determining step. Right? So next, there are some questions they ask which is true. So let's look at this. Overall order is 2. So how do we know whether overall is 2? We have to write out the rate equation, look at the slow step again, look at the slow step, write out the rate equation, rate equals to CB. Now, before we are happy with this equation, we need to check. Are C and B, any one of them are intermediate? So let's check. So we can see that C is an intermediate. How do you know? There are a few ways to know it. One way to know it is to check that it's form and use up, right? Another way to do it is to sum up all the steps. Intermediate do not appear in the overall equation. So if I sum up all the steps, I will get 2A plus 2B to give me A squared B squared. Right, I don't see C, I don't see D. So there are possible intermediates or catalysts. Okay, so we know that there should be no C in the rate equation because it's an intermediate. So replacing C, I will have to use A, right? And every 2A replace a C. So this is A squared. Right, so overall order is not 2 because 2 plus 1 gives you 3. The units is so much. So how do you know the units? Again, you derive it nobody memorized the units anyway. So the units of rate is mole per dm cube per second. Overall third order, so divide by mole cube dm minus 9, right? And we cancel out. So cancel. Sorry. So it gives us mole minus 2 dm 6 second minus 1. So which is correct, right? But we'll continue. C is a catalyst. So why is C not a catalyst? Because it is consumed. All right, because if it's a catalyst, it's consumed and has to be regenerated. We are not seeing its regeneration. So C is a catalyst is wrong because it is not regenerated. And D is a product. So look at my overall equation. You don't even see D in my overall equation. So how can it be a product? It is again an intermediate.